Rich Cuts presents a Black Pearl Productions. Monumental.
Black Boom, Muddy Waters.
Alright, we got waves. And we are recording. So it's all good. I can edit all that shit. America! What up, America? First, say what's up to my people in Gastonia, North Carolina. What up, Gas House?
Yeah.
But let me see something. Let me check out my notes right quick. Been having a lot of conversation a lot lately about the heightened sensitivity, insecurities, and psychological, spiritual states of and why we think that is. Also breaking down the generations and age ranges and how they and the relationship between those are going at this time in society. So today we're here with Mr. Cam. And
you already know.
Our
you already know.
Recently new special guest, Mike Mees.
Time to finish what I started. It's a beautiful feeling to know I put my heart in. I'm all in. Picking up the broken pieces. I done had my share of lessons and no life a teacher. This beat be talking to my soul like it was a preacher. This for them late nights on the road, so turn up your speaker flow, call, turn up the heater. Bet on me, go all in. If I try and I fail, I'ma try it again. I won't stop until I win. Time to finish what I started. It's a beautiful feeling to know I put my heart in. I'm all in. Everything I wanna know, I'm really about to have it to it.
Cam, 23 years old. Mike, 32. And I'm 44. So we at least have one generation on this panel being between me and Cam. Mike's in the middle. He in the middle of the generation. He's in Cam's generation and he's in my generation. So first with Mike, how do you feel about the relationship between the older and the younger generation? Speak your mind, cause we've been having a lot of conversation about this.
Well, like I said the other day when we was talking, basically it's been a disconnect. I mean, it's like you said, I'm in the middle, and it's like the younger generation, like the ones you would think I'd be more relatable to. Like, I don't have problems, like my little partners, I don't have problems trying to talk them into doing the right thing, such as, you know what I'm saying, getting a job. Like, I had one little partner, man, and forever I was like, bro, leave the streets alone, get a job. And I was working at the time, and they looked at it like, I don't know if they looked at it like it was corny, but it was like I don't know, like, I couldn't do a lot of stuff. I wasn't around and be around a lot of stuff that was going on because I was at work. And so they'd be like, bro, you always at work. You missed out. You missed. And I used to be like, bro, I really ain't missed out, bro. I was making some money at the end of the day. And you know what I'm saying? It was just like stuff like that. Then after they got a little older, same cats coming back to me like, bro, I should have listened to you, bro. I just been working for about 4 months now, this and that. Like, every last one of them, like, I done sat there and watched, like, I hung around a couple of young dudes, and every last one of them, at the end of the day, it probably took them about 5-6 years till it dawned on them, like, damn, he was right. Because the streets didn't last. But that's me saying this, and I might not be but 5-6 years older than these dudes. But to me, but to them, it's looking like, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically trying to, I don't know, I can't explain how they would think about it. But like I say, the older you get, because see, this is 5-6 years, a 5-6 year difference, age difference. But if you got somebody like, let's say the young dude, his pop's age, it's gonna be a way bigger disconnect for them to even, like, I say they so used to being, they so sensitive. Like we said, it's the sensitivity. It's like the motherfuckers so sensitive nowadays. It's like you can tell somebody something right, something good, but the way you say it, they can take it as you talking down on them. And I think the older people, the older you get, the more just brass, more just not even, I wouldn't say brass, but just straight cut, just, I'm going to tell you what it is, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to you, this shit ain't going to get you nowhere. They hear that shit so much, the motherfuckers be like going one end out the other.
What you say about that?
It is true. I see what you mean. Like, I know people who'd rather don't work at all, rather just be out in the streets just all day and night, but it won't last in the end. But then again, I know some people who work just as hard as me would go work 7 days a week, 80 hours if they needed to, just to keep a check going in. I do see what you're going like that, but for the most part, a lot of kids, they don't want to hear it. They still living, that rap life, superstar life. They see other people doing it, so they try to live the life they live. They don't think about their future like that. Like, all right, next 5 years, I'm gonna have to settle down, get a crib, and do my own stuff. They still trying to get the chains and the Camaros, cars, and all that. That makes sense.
So how much does, he said something about sensitivity. How much does that play a part in the younger generation, the sensitivity part?
Sensitivity.
When it comes to relationships with the older.
Oh, all right. So I feel like we still follow the older Drew. Like, y'all made the way, so we gotta follow it. It's just different now. We do it our way. Like, say, like, not to bring up race, but like, the boycott thing and the riot thing.
Nah, talk, man.
Yeah, so
Speak your mind.
y'all boycotted. We just they rioted, which we did it the wrong way. We should have did it that way instead of like going crazy rioting. We should have just found something, made a ban on it, and try to get respect that way.
Man, you took it somewhere. You did take it somewhere else. Nah, it's
you
cool.
good
It's cool because even with that whole rioting, because these are things we have to probably talk about because there's no telling when something might arise again.
Yeah, right.
So with that whole rioting thing, you don't think that was engineered?
I was just
Kinda.
I do.
What you think about that? Do you take that?
Man, in any of these situations where it's real, like, especially race, like when it involves race, man, it's like, bro, people already like just, I don't know. It's easy to incite somebody. It's easy.
Yeah, sure.
Not to cut you off, but you got your phone with you?
Yeah.
I got a new phone. Find that text I sent you earlier. But go ahead, say what you were saying. Why you finding that?
Yeah, what you was talking about?
It's easy to incite something. You were saying it's easy to incite something?
What text you talking about?
The last text I sent you when we was talking that one day, and I sent you the texts of the questions that we were kind of talking about. But you was going to say something, Cam, about when he said something about it's easy to incite.
Yeah, so like, just like you were saying, like the riots were set up and stuff. I was watching a video of the Capitol and stuff, and they, when they stormed the Capitol to get to Trump a few months ago or whatever, they had water bottles sitting off to the side for the people who stormed the Capitol to get water bottles and stuff.
So if an older person was to come to you and say, "Look, man, y'all don't do it like that," You know, y'all see that stuff sitting over there, man. You know,
Yeah.
why would it be a sensitive situation to feel like they're telling you wrong? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But
Would you feel sensitive toward that? Toward somebody trying to tell you?
Nah, me personally, I wouldn't, because older generation, they been through it. They seen it, what happened and stuff. So I'm going to take what they said and run with it. But then I see where, like, some people want to do it their way.
Because we was talking
right.
a couple of days ago when you came and got a haircut, and I told you, I suggested, well, not told you, I suggested to you, if you hear an older person saying something that you just know ain't right, don't listen to that shit.
Yeah.
But if he's trying to help you, at least take it in consideration. Don't get, you know what I'm saying, mad and upset and bully. Yes, ma'am. What? No, what you need?
I'm going to the hospital. My mom something bad. But I'll let you know.
Yeah, keep me informed. Always something, boy.
Promise you it is, boy.
Yeah, always something. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get this wrapped up. But yeah. Like, I mean, anything you want to say about that?
Man, I'm gonna just say, like, bro, I've been hard headed most of my life, so I can tell you, like, I'm one of the ones, man. I had to, like, you can tell me that stove is hot, but eventually I'm gonna get burnt. Cause, like, you know, I got a crazy story. My uncle was making me some noodles. I was probably about, the screen on my phone, if it's still recording. I was probably about 3 or 4. And he was making the noodles. I don't know what he was doing, but I was so eager. I'm like, bro, I done seen noodles being made so many times. It's like, I heard the water boiling, I know my noodles is ready. And so I just reached up trying to grab the pot, and the whole pot fell on me. And I can remember I'm crying. My uncle, he going off on me. And it's like, you know, my people's a little older, so, you know, it wasn't that bad, but it was like, man, I didn't get in trouble for that. And at first I was like, you know, as a kid, I remember that story. I mean, I remember that to this day. That's like one of the first childhood memories that I can actually, you know what I'm saying, like, recall step by step. But that's how I came up. Like, I had to learn. And I think that'd be the problem with, it's so, people are so, like, especially this new generation, they so in tune with not knowing themselves, but knowing that, like, back in the day, you didn't have no identity as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Your people's.
Let me ask you a question. When you say generation, what generation are you speaking of? Because
90s,
the next generation would be
90s
10-year-olds for you.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, well, you could say half my generation, like his generation, and even even in that generation, you got a lot of 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds that identify with something. Mm-hmm. You know, as a kid, man, we didn't have no
quickly with all this.
Yeah, bro, I couldn't. Back then, I couldn't identify with nothing because you know what I'm saying. I get my ass whooped if I thought I was something else. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be a Christian kid, you know, regular teen. But you know, you live and you learn.
Social media. How does that?
Social media play a big part in it because everybody on social media trying to look for. They're just looking at everybody else's stuff, what they got the whole time.
Do you think that distracts from the attention from the older generation?
Oh yeah,
and maybe even from the older generation from the new generation.
Yeah, of course.
Because we looking at it like, and then what y'all, and then y'all looking at it like, yeah, that's what we, yeah.
Exactly. So like every generation, there's a new social media out. They get the younger generation stuck in that. Like older generation, they ain't on TikTok right now. They ain't worried about that stuff. But like my generation and down, they worry about all social media and what they could do on it just to be seen.
So every generation is
I feel
Get
like
fed something new.
I feel like every generation gets something. Just like keep it separated.
Damn.
They getting the older generation now because they making everything so accessible.
Yeah.
Like I know older people that may not use Facebook or Instagram, but you know they watch YouTube or they Google. They on Google.
It's like you was talking about with your boy Trump and Twitter.
Oh yeah, Trump, yeah.
Go hard on Twitter.
Because bro, it's so accessible. You can access anything, especially through social media. Like I know people that get on Facebook and ask about something they could have Googled.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, who make cakes around here? What's the nearest cake place? When all you gotta do is just Google it. Google gonna tell you every spot that make cakes around here.
Did you find out?
Oh yeah. Oh, you want me to read it?
I want you. Yeah, let me see it.
Oh yeah, hold on.
So I mean, cause I might. I think that was something that I wanted to.
Yeah. See, we could have stayed at the Capitol. We was gonna cause that right there kind of got to do with the riots and.
What you talking about? The what do? Okay. Okay. Now, how do I relate this? Let's see if we can relate this with the main topic.
Generations.
The generation.
The generational gap.
Okay, the question is, what do you think about seeing the agenda being played out on a daily, not being hidden anymore, basically can't be hidden, and how it's happening? And how does that affect? How does that affect the generation, the disconnect of the generations? Start with you.
Basically, I could say, man, the younger generation for a fact, man, it's like they not gonna take just what they see on the news or whatever, like for what it is. So,
You think so?
no, you just heard my man say something about he seen the video with the water bottles on the side, like they was already planning this.
So you don't think?
But see, I think it's a big I'm not even gonna say ignorance, but I can say it's a lot of older people that are content with whatever they get told. So if they just like I don't even want to get into that.
You don't think a lot of these organizations are very influential to the younger generation? Organizations and because he said it earlier, he was talking about the celebrities, basketball players.
But that comes with, like I say, nowadays these kids they identify, like you said, they identify way quicker now. They identify with at least they know themselves, or they say they know themselves. So it's like, yeah, I can see it's a big influence, but.
And that brings a disconnect.
But the crazy thing is, it's not just one generation in these groups. It's all it's literally like you said. It's one, maybe two generations, because it's like every organization I can think of, it's somebody in that group that's, you know what I'm saying, in the 40s up,
right?
And then there's some that's 18 and younger.
Some that's in the 60s.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, so it's like
the Jenner dude. How old is he?
I don't know. He probably like 50 something.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He might be. I don't know. I don't follow that. You know what I'm saying?
What's his name?
Bruce Jenner.
Well, go ahead.
His man named Bruce Jenner.
Keep saying what you're saying.
But I mean, shit.
How old is Bruce Jenner?
I mean, Caitlyn. Damn, Caitlyn.
72, acting like that. Now, I mean, you know, that's his prerogative.
Yeah,
that's his prerogative.
Yeah, that's him, man. But he took a long time.
That's your prerogative.
I guess he waited for them kids to get grown, man. But hey, each his own, man. Like I say, it ain't really just. I say the younger generations, yeah, they're getting younger and younger to influence, but I don't see it.
Bring it back up. You don't see.
I don't see where. I don't know, man. I just.
What's your take on that? You know, seeing the agendas being played out on a daily, right in front of your face, and they can't be hidden no more. Because at one time, they were able to hide it. Now they can't hide it. It's hard to hide it now.
Yeah, I mean, they
And
know
it's
what they're
happening
doing.
right in front of your face.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Just like y'all said, the Bruce Jenner thing. He switched and became a female, right?
Yes, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so now you see way more trans people than they was 10 years ago. Because in y'all generation, that wasn't cool at all. Like, well, I feel maybe a little bit older than y'all, but that was against the law in some places and stuff. And now you got him doing it, and they got all these laws and stuff. So I see what you mean.
I ain't gonna say it wasn't. I mean, they just didn't.
I mean, it's more
They didn't-
publicized.
They didn't. Right. It's more publicized. They didn't
All that
push
goes.
it like they pushed.
All that goes
like
back
they
to
do
like
now.
population control. They don't want to.
Population control.
Yeah, it's the population control. Basically, everything for me got to do with population control. We got way too many people, and then if you got two guys, they can't procreate or anything, recreate anything. So that's why they push the gay narrative more nowadays.
And
Like
with that being said, that's also comes with the incarceration rate.
yeah, and the incarceration rate, because you got what? How many people in jail for weed?
And they legalize it.
And they
But
legalize
you
it.
got them in jail for it.
Yeah, well, they just did that because, you know, back in the day, right after they signed something, they made weed illegal for the black community to lock up the black people. You never read on that? Oh, yeah, it's good deep.
You got some. You got an
I'm at-
article on it.
I'm going to have to find it for
Yeah,
you.
find
I'm
it
going to
and
send it
text
to
it
you.
to me. I'll put that in
Alright, I got you.
the description.
You ain't never heard that before, though?
Was that
Like,
say it again?
whenever they legalized the weed, or made weed illegal, then they made something else where they locked up like 70% of black people. I don't know if that's the right percentage or whatever, but
Right.
it helped black people go to jail and keep them out of the street. I don't know.
Yeah, population control is deep, man. That's some
Yeah,
deep
population
shit,
control goes back
Okay.
to everything with me.
Population control, bringing it back to the generations, keeping it on the subject at
Oh, yeah.
hand.
My fault. I left
No. You fine. You fine. That's my job.
Huh.
Keeping it the subject at hand. Would you say that they are actually trying to get rid of the old saints?
What do you mean by that? What's the old saints?
The older generation. You heard about the Denver, Colorado murals, right?
No,
You heard about those murals?
no, what's up?
Well, they got the murals been up for years and years. You can Google it. But they basically depicting where at some point in history, the older generation will be gone and nothing but young people.
What do you mean by that? Like older generation? Like
The older, I don't know how it's gonna play out. I don't know. I'm just saying what the murals inside of the Colorado airport. There are murals depicting this.
Oh, okay.
That there's going to be a society of nothing but kids.
I don't know, man. I ain't never heard. That sound like some.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's probably a mirror, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like,
I don't know neither. That's what I'm
that's
saying.
not
That's what I'm
something
saying.
that's something that I wouldn't even put my thought into, bro. Because at the end of the day, that's what runs everything.
What? Older generation?
Yeah. You think the government ain't full of ain't nobody in the in a place of power that's under the age of 40.
You gotta be what, president at 50, right? Or 45?
Well, Obama was the youngest at 44.
Yeah, 44.
But
But
you
you
ain't
can't,
nobody.
you can't be chosen to be a president until a certain age.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah, you
like
got-
30, what is it, 39, 33?
Yeah,
Man,
something
you
like
gotta
that.
look at where all the money at, man. These old dudes, man. They bezel on them. Them boys ain't and they the screen went off again. Them boys is you know what I'm saying? They're a little older. I don't see if that does happen, man. That'd be some crazy shit, man. Because then they know for a fact they got everything under control then. Cause
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting ready to. My next question was going to be the control factor. I'm gonna start with you. How does that play into the disconnection and yeah, because you look at it how now they got these laws which happened some years ago. You can't even touch your child now. Just Adrian Peterson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you touch your child and the police come to get you. Like, you gonna raise them?
It depends on
How you feel about that?
I mean, I don't know. That's not nothing recent. I mean, they've been having child protective services.
That's what I'm saying. The thing has been,
But I mean,
building up.
it ain't been building up. It just the new generation ain't playing that. They calling them folks. Back then, it was like it wasn't even an unwritten rule. Everybody know what going in this house, stay in this house. You go to school, you go anywhere outside that house. I'm talking about you go to your grandma's house, auntie house. You say something about what went on in that crib when you get.
Listen to what you just said, though, Maze.
But that's
Listen to what you just said.
Yeah.
They're not going for this, so
no,
they're giving into their rules.
Man,
they're giving in to oh my daddy.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not gonna sit there and
You know what
say
I'm saying?
everybody that call
You're
them.
playing into it.
But I'm not saying that everybody. You can't say that everybody that's calling them folks on them is not a reason, a good reason for it. Because I can say
we wouldn't know.
Adrian
Peterson, it was just some webs on the leg.
But I'm not knowing. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. But I'm not. Anything to get in the news can be switched up or whatever.
And guess who agreed
but I'm
with
saying,
it? Guess who agreed with it? The mother.
But you ain't let me finish my. I've known people that I wish that, you know what I'm saying, I like close people that'll be like, man, somebody gonna have to stop this because that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Some people do overdo it. Some people do now. You can't sit there and say everybody know how to whoop kids because everybody don't. Yeah. I don't care if you black. I don't care how old you is. I don't care what color you is. You could be black and raised in everybody don't know how to whoop ass. Period. Nah, they don't, man. You know what I'm saying? Abuse is real, man.
Right.
It's real.
That's true. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I know growing up, it did seem like in some categories with the parenting and everything, like if I like said something, like we used to call stay out of grown folk business. If I said something about it, I know I would get them a whooping or whatever. This new generation, I feel like they don't even do whoopings like that no more. It's like a different type of discipline with them, which makes them, when they get older, they ain't used to like that type of discipline. So they might go out here and, you know, do some stupid shit. They don't know the discipline. The discipline at home was never there for them. So they go to school getting in trouble. They know they just gonna get in timeout or get on punishment, take their phone away or something. They ain't gonna get beat or anything. But whenever I grew up, like, for the most part, I grew up in 98, so as I see, like, 2010, that's stopped. All the whoopings really stopped for me. But I see all the new generation kids, they don't really get whoopings like that no more. Like you said, everybody don't know how to be a whoop ass. So they gotta find a different route. But I think that's affecting them in the long run because the discipline was never there for them. They just felt like if they do something bad, then they could get away with it and just with a slap on the wrist. If that makes sense to you.
What is the different rap?
Like
say
the different
give
rap.
me a different rap.
Then
that
whoop
I,
it.
as a 44-year-old, that I need to go.
Oh, like the disciplined kids or something?
Right.
Well, I don't have any kids, so I can't tell you just yet, but
no, I mean, what worked for you?
I mean, the whoopings did work. Like, I did agree with that.
That's each his own, man. Because I used to get my ass toe up and that shit didn't work. After a while,
I mean, yeah, you grow out of it.
After a while, it was like, ain't no need.
Yeah, that's true. You do grow out of it.
I mean, it depends, though. It all depends on the child, man. Because all kids, I'm going to tell you, one thing I can't stand when people say no such thing as a bad kid. You know, so there is bad kids out here. There is bad children. I'm not, and you can put it on the parents. Because I think sometimes a lot of these parents, they not ready anyways. You know what I'm saying? So especially with this newer generation, you know what I'm saying? We can't say all. I ain't gonna say all of them. I ain't even gonna say majority of them aren't ready, but it's a lot of them that they not ready. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Even if you do try to whoop the kids, sometimes that don't even work. You know what I'm saying? And it can get frustrating.
That's true. A lot of these kids having kids too. Like, I know
Yeah.
a few girls, they 16, 17, they already got 1 or 2 kids already. Like I feel like
So-
they're just getting younger to have kids. Like
Yeah, they fucking young as hell now. And CPS. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know how these little niggas found out the number to CPS.
What's that?
I don't know the number. You know,
What's CPS?
Child Protective Services.
Oh yeah.
That's what you call. I mean, but I know a lot of kids go to school and say a lot of dumb shit, but that because they wasn't taught. Like I don't know. I don't even think I was actually taught not to say. You know, not to. You know, stay out of grown forbidden nothing like that. Cause I, you know what I'm saying. You kind of know my upbringing, how I came up a little bit. So it was never like it was like a lot of shit won't hear from me. So I knew of a lot of shit I probably shouldn't have known. But for some reason, it was like I just knew, like, if I go to school the next day and I got my ass whooped and I couldn't sit down all the way right in that chair, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It kind of fucked me up a little bit, man, because it taught me how to lie real good. And then every time, you know, it was just like, that was my go-to, the
Sound
lie.
like me, the way the conversation going is like we need to bring a badass up here.
I mean, that's
we
impossible.
need to bring a badass
That's
up
impossible,
here
man.
and actually
Right.
talk to a badass.
Yeah, you be probably ready to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For real, that's what it sounds like, man. We need to bring a badass up here.
Man, you don't want to bring these little cats up here, man.
Because
They
even
see-
though
they-
you said you had your times,
Yeah.
but I don't think yours was that bad to the point where it was. Well, I mean, okay, so
I was bad, man. I was bad, like elementary, middle school, high school.
but it wasn't your parents' fault.
I mean, that's you had to get
That
real
was
deep
just
into
you.
that.
That was-
Nah, I mean, you know, my sister raised me most of my childhood.
I mean, I ain't
So,
trying to get too deep.
I know,
into
I'm
it,
just
but-
saying, but you know, that was one reason why I was kind of like I said, I was advanced as far as the streets. I had a little book smart. I catch on to shit quick. So I kind of had like this complex in my mind that can't nobody tell me shit.
So is that what caused?
That's
would
just
you
like this
say
newer
that- would
generation.
you say that caused a disconnect between you and the, like
Yeah.
in your early 20s? Around
That's
your
just like
early
I think
20s?
a lot of these kids they got this like the single mother. They just raising their mother or with their grandparents. They kind of have that same complex to where, especially another man, especially like you know what I'm saying, especially if it's the father. I guess you could say, as a man, especially the father, daddy issues. I don't know. You know, females be having daddy issues, but they act out a whole different way.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so
But for
and
sure,
then okay, another thing about the disconnect. Talking about this pandemic. You got the news and all this social media telling you,
that's one of them.
telling you, wash your hands, do this, do
Yeah.
that, as if your parents ain't never told you.
Right.
So who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, young kids are seeing this and hearing this, so they're like, "Oh, I need to listen to them. They're telling me right, but you ain't listening. But your mom and your dad been telling you that for years. How does that disconnect? You know what I'm saying? Then they tell, oh, you need to get the you need to do this with your body and do that with your body, and you know what I'm saying? Because we know best. And then your parents like, no, we're not doing that. That's a disconnect, right?
Yeah.
You see that as a disconnect, you check that.
The disconnect. You know that.
With the whole.
You vaccinated?
Yeah, I got vaccinated.
Oh yeah.
My sister got COVID right now.
Dude,
Yeah, she
really?
just got it yesterday.
She okay?
Damn.
Yeah, she's straight now, but
Yeah.
she ain't want to get that test either though. She was like, nah, it's like, you know, everybody has their own opinions about it and stuff.
Right.
Like I did it for personal reasons. But with that whole disconnect thing, yeah, I feel where you're coming from, cause like it's fake news. Fake news is real. So they try to get you. They want you to split up from your parents. They say after high school you got to go to college. You got to go get your own crib, get your own stuff right after high school. They ain't telling you could just stay with your parents and get your life together anymore. Like if you stay with your parents for extra 2-3 years, or mom or whoever you stay with, it doesn't matter, and just like get your life settled that way, then you'll be better set for the world. But they want you to start off struggling. And that's why they send you to school where you get all this debt. Or if you don't go to school, you just go out here, they want you to work day by day and live that way.
What'd you say about that?
Man, I don't know about what you talking about, man. Cause these little kids, man, if they ain't listen to their mom and daddy when they tell them to wash their hands, they ain't gonna listen to them. Only reason why a lot of these little dudes do it is because they probably gotta go to school, or they gotta, you know what I'm saying, or they gotta work. But if they just out here, man, ain't nobody washing their hands if they ain't already did that.
I feel like that is like built in.
You gonna have to, yeah, you don't already. If you like, I'm telling you, if you go to the gas station and ask you to use the bathroom, if you ain't used to washing your hands, you gonna come straight back out of there. You ain't gonna wash them. It's like a habit, I guess.
Yeah, right. I feel like
I'm used to washing my hands, and you know what I'm saying. I guess because you know a lot of people, you know, if you raised that way. Brushing your teeth, you know what I'm saying? Nice hygiene. When all this started happening, I was already like, well, I always wash my hands, but then that's when it hit me. Don't nobody wash their hands.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Like,
don't nobody like. Then you start to notice like, damn man, you start looking at people's nails and stuff. You like, man, I know he didn't wash his hands in about 2 days, man. For real. And then that make you more self-conscious on. Now I gotta do it more. Cause I ain't gonna lie, for a while I used to keep a bottle of hand sanitizer on. Every day, all day. Every day. I'm talking about I used to work with gloves. And you know, I probably do something with the gloves, latex gloves. Cause I was dealing with these different powders. Man, I take the hand sanitizer on the gloves. Man, I was just like that. I was just like, it just got to a point where like, I don't know, you might be right as far as, cause I ain't never really been that deep on just disinfecting. Man, I'm talking about grabbing the bathroom door with a paper towel. Like, I don't even want to touch the sink handles. Like, where I'm sitting there, well, I always did that. Flush, like any public toilet, flush the toilet with my foot or whatever. I always did that. I always lined the seat if I ever had to. But you know, it's definitely it is. Like you said, I don't know if and that's you gotta be fucked up if it take a pandemic to make you start washing your hands, man. like you been ain't did that, bro. But that is like I don't get it though. If it is people like that, I mean it is. I know it is. But it's grown motherfuckers that's like that though. It's motherfuckers that been raised. I don't know. I guess that goes to how you was raised. Cause I know for a fact, man, as a kid, you know, a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying, your show come on at 9 o'clock when you was little. So, but you gotta take a shower or a bath. So you go in there and play like you done did it real quick, just so you can hurry up and get back in there and do whatever you was trying to do. Get your ass toe up.
Mama and daddy like, no.
No, they done caught you a couple times.
That ain't that.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, a lot of kids probably do get away with that, man. And the more you get away with it, that shit will become a habit to where now,
like where can't nobody talk.
Yeah, now you can go 3 days without taking a shower
because it shouldn't be. I don't feel like it should be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem for me to tell you go wash your hands before you eat or eat first, drink later. That's how we used to be. That's how they used to tell us. You gonna eat some of that first.
Oh no, I eat some, but I gotta drink and eat at the
I'm just
same
saying,
time.
when we was growing up, that's how we was told. We was told.
But that's how I was.
You gonna eat some of that first before you drink all this.
Nah, that's how I came up.
Yeah. Cause usually it's Kool-Aid, and they hurry up and get to that Kool-Aid, or hurry up and get to that cake. No, eat some of this first. And the sensitivity part, like you say, you get they so sensitive now. It's like,
man, you can't even feed these kids real chicken till they probably about 12, man. These little kids don't even eat real chicken no more, man. Straight strips and nuggets.
Strips and nuggets.
Yeah,
You ever seen them little kids like that don't eat chicken with bones in it? You be like, what the hell, the chicken don't eat chicken with bones in it?
I mean,
I seen that before.
my little grandkids, they pretty well good with that. They eat stuff because I started feeding them.
Yeah, but that's
stuff like that when they was babies.
But I mean, that's because
I was putting slices of tomatoes in their mouth.
Yeah, that's because they come up around y'all.
Yeah, I was putting tomatoes in their mouth. For real.
What?
They like 2 years old. I'm feeding them tomatoes.
I grew out of that,
because I had a garden.
Yeah.
I bring the tomatoes in. They see me bringing it in. I wash it off.
That's your answer right there, Chaz.
Bite into it.
Chaz, that's your answer right there.
Yeah. I want some.
This the
answer. A little piece and let them taste it.
This the answer right here to everything. You got to start off with them young.
That's true.
You start off young, that'll kind of ease the gap a little bit. It kind of close it a little bit. It still may be, you know what I'm saying.
Definitely gotta catch them.
It's gonna be a hell of a gap, especially if you a grandparent and you 40 and up, and you know what I'm saying. You dealing with an infant or
I feed them avocados and everything.
But I mean, that's where you really gotta start.
Ain't really gotta taste. That's like one of the most bitterest fruits.
You gotta start young, man. You gotta start when they young. And I mean, you can't even mold kids nowadays because they gotta go to school. Eventually, they gonna get on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. They gonna watch the Coco Melons and all that. But
and that's the thing too, man. You can't be around them 24 hours.
Yeah, that's but the most part, man. As long as you know what you doing and you instilling some good habits in them.
So from that 0 to 4, that's some very intricate. From 0 to 4, because they start going to school at 5.
But then that's when you really gotta, still gotta find that time to, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, man, people be so busy, man.
Because even though there might be cabbage, green beans, and potatoes on the school menu, they still got the nuggets. And what they gonna pick? If they don't know nothing about it, they gonna pick the nuggets.
Yeah, because I swear I ain't eat none of that bullshit at school. I'm talking about what? My brother used to make us eat beets out the motherfucking can, man.
Open that up again. He used to make you eat what?
Beets, man.
Oh, beets. Yeah, beets is good for you. I can't eat them without something else though. I have to have a salad.
Beets. It's like you never had beets.
I ain't never had one.
Man, it's like
good for your heart.
See?
It's just like only thing is I say they sweet, but it's hard,
man,
like it's crunchy.
Like a sweet potato.
Fishy taste, man.
No, I don't know what kind of. You must eat them. I'm talking about out the can. You must
red
eat them.
beets, right?
Yeah, you must eat them raw.
Taste fishy, man.
Like something like pickle beets.
They
pickle
like
beets.
Gritty, dirty.
That's what it is. Pickle beets. That's what we used to eat. Pickle beets. With the juice. You probably eat that motherfucker fresh out the ground, chopped up. Yeah. I'm talking about the ones that you buy at the store. Pickle beets. I couldn't stand the motherfuckers, man.
See, with the younger generation too, it's not a lot of older people showing us how to like plant a garden now and stuff, and like
that's what he been talking about, man.
Like we ain't never learned how to plant a garden. I mean, I have because my grandma and them, whatever.
That might be a disconnect. That's definitely a disconnect.
It's not that. Like,
we don't look at vegetables as a necessity.
That's definitely my generation's fault.
Because your generation, you know what? My mama said all the time, you ain't got nothing green on that plate.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
I don't need no green. I got enough right here.
I put that on our generation because we stopped
meat and starch.
We stopped doing it, especially down. We just talked about this last night. Especially down south, we stopped doing it. Our parents did it, taught us, But for some reason, we stopped when we started.
Yeah,
having
You
kids.
hear bro, so he ain't never had beats before.
I ain't never had beats. I mean,
He eat beats for fun.
when I was
No,
growing
no,
up,
Beats
only
is like,
time, only time I might
hey,
eat beats. Only time I eat beats. You ain't never seen the beats.
I seen
on
what
the
they
salad
look like.
bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
They use it on the salad bar.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
I eat beats when I go.
you
to
right though. They do
go
got
to-
like kind of an earthy taste
yeah,
to it,
earthy,
like.
gritty.
Yeah,
taste
yeah,
to it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
mix it with my salad. I can't eat it.
Nah,
just
look,
by
man, that
itself.
was like a punishment to me, man.
Yeah.
Like we would fucking
Them
eat
mother-
pizza,
they
that
is
motherfucker be
nasty.
like, no,
But
you
they
ain't
good
going
for you.
nowhere till you eat at least
So
2 of these beats.
yeah. So I will
2
eat
slices
it
of
just because
beets,
it is
man.
good for me. I'll mix it with something.
And I never understood why he used to, I thought it was like Brussels sprout. Like, bro, that's like on TV. That's supposed to be like for the kids, like a punishment or some shit. Like, you really gonna make me eat beets after I done goddamn ate some pizza? Like, nah, you about to eat these beets before you get up from this table. No Kool-Aid till you eat them beets. Like, oh, this nigga. Torture. I got a little older. I was like, I see what he was doing now.
We 45 minutes in, and I got like 2 more questions. The first one is, I'm still trying to figure out. So is it really in the way you say things? Is in the way you say things when you trying to, portray something to the youth? Is it the way you say it that important, or is it just the realness, the realness, no matter if it's raw or not? Because that's how we used to get it. I used to get it raw. It wasn't, how you feel about it?
yeah, I mean,
I do feel like a lot of stuff got softened, like a little sensitive with the younger generation. So I don't think that's how you say things, because like there's still people out here just saying raw stuff, like you said. But for the younger generation, it is a disconnect there. I do see that. But I don't know if it's the way it's said or it's the way things have been done.
The way it's being done.
Yeah, like, how can I put this? And what category are we talking about with the younger generation?
Category?
Yeah, like, are you talking about like
I'm talking about
just like the upbringing of the young generation?
20, 25, 20, and 20s and everything. When you're trying to talk to them and you say it exactly how you feel, and then they feel like, oh, you don't understand, but I listen to what you had to say. Now I'm saying what I'm saying, but it's still a problem the way I'm saying it, because I'm saying it the way I'm saying it.
I think that's a personal thing, because it has to be like, yeah, a personal thing. I was just talking, I'm 23, and I was just talking to this other dude, he like 50 something. He was talking to me about saving and land and all this other stuff. He was telling me about books and stuff. I was actually listening to him, but he wasn't saying it like, I need to do this. He was like, you do this, it'll better your life type thing. So we are listening. Well, in my aspect, I am listening to what the older generation is saying. That makes sense, but I don't think it's like.
So you don't feel like he was telling you that's what you need to do?
Yeah, I don't
he
think.
was telling you if you do.
Yeah, if I do, like, if I save.
Sounds the same to me.
It depends. Like I said, it depends on how you say it.
I'm
Man.
just saying.
I guess
It just sound the same though.
I got an example. I remember when.
Give me an example, man.
I remember when
That sounds
Jay-Z.
the same. That don't
I remember
sound
when
no
Jay-Z
different.
said something
feel
about rappers putting the money phones up. He was like, "Man, that's corny. Y'all need to stop doing that. Like, let's get rid of that in the rap game." And I understand, like, especially with the feds being on these rappers so tough nowadays. It's like the guns and the money phones, and it's just played out. But it's like, man, you should have seen how many cats came out there like, man, who the fuck is Jay-Z?
So how else could you have said it? Give me an example of how you would have said it.
It ain't no way you can say it. Ain't no way you can say it. Like it's definitely, like he said, it's personal. It's kind of a personal thing to where certain people will listen to it and understand. Like I said, I knew what he was talking about, but a lot of these young, especially young generation, they be like, man, who the fuck is this old ass nigga, man?
Even though he trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Good.
Man, you get it's just like, man, it's just like it's certain shit you can't. it's certain shit you can't just sit and talk to.
So basically, you saying he shouldn't say nothing.
Man, he can say whatever he want to say.
Right.
He a grown man, but
he just got to get ready for the backlash.
Got to get ready for the back. And the crazy thing is, the backlash is the ones you talking to. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying. The backlash ain't coming from just another party. This is exactly who you talking to. The people that you felt like, you know, I'm big homie.
Yeah.
I can, you know, give them some game, but we'll leave that alone. And the same ones is like, man, if you don't sit your old corny ass down, man, you don't run shit, nigga, nigga. I'm about to put up another picture, man. Just because you said that, I'm about to put up a whole arm goddamn full of money on these motherfuckers. Take a selfie in the mirror, post that motherfucker. But, I mean, you know, it's crazy because it takes some shit like where, like, one of the motherfuckers get robbed and killed. Now everybody like, man, maybe we need to leave that alone, man. We need to stop trying to flex so much, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you flexing at your home address. You know, motherfuckers don't care who you is.
But I'm sure you don't want to go through stuff like that with your child, though. You see what I'm saying? In the household, that's totally different. See, that right there is like, he wasn't talking to, he probably said that before he even had Blue Ivy. You see what I'm saying? So he's talking to.
He had her by then when he said it.
But she was still
a
little baby.
I don't know.
So now
that long
think
ago.
about talking to your 15, 16, 17, 18, 25 years.
See, that's a whole nother problem, though.
See what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother problem because more than likely, if a young cat don't listen to an older cat, especially if it's giving,
especially if it's the parent.
If he give him good game, man, the little dude think you lame.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother problem in itself. If your kids think you a lame, like, man, you don't know that, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, man, you must have did some lame shit with these kids think you lame. I'm telling you, man, but I don't know nobody with good parents. I don't know nobody with good parents that you know what I'm saying, don't listen to some advice. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody with good parents.
Man, if you got good parents, man, you good. You gonna listen. It come natural to listen, especially the good advice from somebody that's been there before. But if you ain't got good parents, man, I can't sit there and say you gonna respect nobody that's older than you. You feel me? Because that comes with respect to your elders.
So basically, that sound like you saying
they ain't never had to respect their elders.
Damn, they ain't never had to.
That's basically what it's like. If I feel like every older nigga is talking one in out the other, I probably never had to respect the elder to where I know how to respect one. Cause it ain't hard to respect your elders. Yeah, most of the time, like you said, they gonna give you some game and it's gonna help you at the end of the day.
If you listen and apply.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna help you. It's not hard to show respect to your elders because more than likely it's gonna help you out in the long run. But like you said earlier, some of these motherfuckers, if you know a motherfucker sitting there talking to you, like, man, I'm not finna end up like Wino Willie, man. Like, man, go on swim with that shit, old man. You ain't telling me nothing I don't already know not to do. You feel me? But hey, if you know that shit gonna work for you, and like I said, you know how to respect your elders, this shit usually work out on both ends. That's basically how I look at it here. That motherfucker don't respect his elders. If you don't respect your elders, then I gotta come back on your parents, cause hell, them the ultimate elders. You feel me? But if them your kids, and they ain't Pop's lame, man. You heard that nigga what he told me, man. Talking about some. Man, that lame ass nigga, man. Probably gonna get fucked up at the end of the day. Goddamn, whatever he tells you not to do, you do it. It's gonna probably come back and bite you in the ass. And then, you know, a lot of parents, they cut their kids off nowadays. Like, man, fuck it, that little nigga don't listen. He don't learn. And I think that in itself, man, that's like man, it's fucked up, man, when you feel like these kids really be, like, they give up on these kids, man.
That's true. What about you know how you were saying, like, a single mom? Say she worked 2 jobs and then her kid's just by herself. Like, as soon as he get home, And mom at school, mom at work or whatever.
Man,
So
a lot of these kids like that though, man. That's how they come up, man. They don't have no authority around.
Yeah, like they defend for themselves young.
Man, what I tell you, man, chicken nuggets, hot pockets, goddamn pizzas, goddamn
DoorDash.
and now DoorDash, exactly. That back
you were telling me about
back then we had the bullshit, the microwave shit. Nowadays, boy,
They take
what?
your call.
Yeah, they already got the
You
number.
telling me,
They got the number saved. Your card number saved. Soon as they got damn
Ran your card up.
and I sent you the receipt. Like that's what I got right here, just to make you feel like he did what he's supposed to do. Yeah, man, he can't know that, man. That shit ain't no authority.
Would you want to talk about the vaccine?
The vaccine? Oh, we can talk about it. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So
The vaccine.
probably the last thing, which this ain't even pertaining to the whole generational thing. So, but this is the last thing I want to say is we talking about like trying a new drug.
Basically.
So go ahead with that. As far because you the one who brought it up.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like you said, bro. It's not really it's like y'all been saying, it's not the vaccine that I think that a lot of people, like you say, is the choice. Being able to choose if you want to get it or not. And how basically they mandating it everywhere.
No, I think we said it's not about, it ain't even about the virus. It ain't about the virus.
It's about the basically.
What is the vaccine?
But I mean, we don't know. It's a new pharmaceutical drug.
Trying a new drug.
And basically it's like man, how they do the monkeys, you know, they got them. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say, but that shit so it's so tricky because like I was just looking at, I just seen dude. Let me see my phone real quick. Dude, I think he in the NFL. He played for I want to say the Cardinals, but he just got He just got sent to the hospital for he said it was hard for him to breathe. But dude got the vaccine. Oh, I forgot where I seen it. Hold on, I just seen this shit on ESPN. But I mean, like shit like that, like that shit don't ease. They don't, you know what I'm saying? It don't put me at ease to where I could be like, you know what? When I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna get my shit. Like it might be by the time they gonna have to force me. That's how it's looking like.
That's how I see it. And I feel like at the end, they're going to force everybody to get it one way because it's through your job or through where you live or whatever. They're going to force you somehow.
Yeah, they're going to have to force me.
And I know you said you did it for certain reasons, right?
Yeah.
How you feel about it now? I mean, considering that they just lifted the mandate.
Right.
Well, I guess in some states, right, Mark? They just lifted the mandate in some states where people don't have to take it to go to work. So, with that being said, so I'm gonna ask the question, man. Are you willing to continue to do these boosters?
Oh no, I was just gonna get the first two. I ain't gonna do all the boosters. Okay. I don't know what that is. But then again, you know, when you're born, they put vaccines in you that you don't even know about already.
We get vaccine to go to school.
2021. These things is different.
Yeah, I know it's there. It's just like the who was I talking to about that? Like what was it saying? The weed it hit stronger than it was back in the day.
We was talking about that. What was that? The fentanyl.
Yeah, the fentanyl.
They
It
put
was like
fentanyl in this
yeah,
shit.
like just at that Travis Scott concert. I don't know if you heard, but like 8 people died off that.
Man, I don't know. Talk about that too, right quick, or what? Cause
Man, that's
stupid.
that was fake.
Free Travis Scott, man. Even though he ain't locked up, free him.
I don't know, man.
You don't think he did that?
I mean, he couldn't did nothing. I mean, only thing he did was
You don't think he did it?
only thing he did was
think-
he put on a show and he kept performing while people was dying.
But he.
You don't think there's a conspiracy in there at all? No.
I mean, I don't know, man. If you get into all that satanic type shit, man, now that shit right there, bro, I just be
But
kind
who
of.
would know? How would he know that something like that would happen?
I was just looking.
Man,
at
if
this,
you look, they got videos out,
There's
bro.
videos everywhere,
It's
so you gonna see
videos.
everything. But like,
They got videos out, bro.
No, I was just on
And that-
YouTube. I just seen something. I was gonna watch it. I ain't even want to watch it, man. Cause I
Look,
just
that
don't-
one thing about me, bro. I cannot. That just.
How would you know?
how would you know?
How would you know that something like this is gonna happen as the performer?
I mean, as the performer, I mean, you will know. I mean, you won't know, of course, but shit, you won't say you couldn't know at all, though. Like, I feel like it's a conspiracy. Like, he did something with another levels type stuff.
Cause I look at it like this. We talked about it yesterday.
Right.
I look at it like this. Why in the hell you got your 9-year-old child out there anyway?
That's true.
First of all,
there's 50,000 people out
Come
there. I
on,
get
man.
that.
You at a concert. You at a grown person concert. Hey, you got a 9-year-old out there for? You see what I'm saying?
That goes back to the badass kids, though.
That goes back to the parents.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
parents.
'cause,
The parents, that is
you-
true.
you-
It goes, it goes
You
back
know
to
them tickets, them Astro World tickets, them
Yeah, those
motherfuckers high
things.
now.
it goes back to the parents
Them shit's high.
and the daggum staff at the front gate.
That was
Yeah,
a
shit.
2-day
Remember
festival.
when we was growing up, when we went to Kerwin's, when they said if you get on this ride, you gotta be this tall.
Yeah, that is
So you gotta think about it. Have you
Feel
ever-
me?
Have you ever
Yeah.
been to a concert?
Yeah, one concert and it was an outside concert, and I'm out there smoking a cigarette,
And
and it was
there
a
was
woman
no age
in
range,
front of
right?
me with a goddamn baby stroller with a baby in it talking about, can you put your cigarette out? I'm like, woman, please. We at an outside concert. How you gonna try to tell me why you got this baby here?
Yeah,
And it
man.
was a Jay-Z, Brat, Petey Pablo concert when you know it's gonna be.
Well, you know- Well, you gotta understand, man. A lot of the concerts ain't got no age.
That don't make
They
sense.
don't know
though.
age range.
That's the problem.
It depends on where the
that's why I
venue is
say-
too.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know about all that conspiracy stuff, but personally, I can't blame Travis. I don't know enough though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
can say.
enough
But
either.
I personally can't blame him for doing his show.
Like, after he saw people passing out and stuff, though, like, you didn't want him to stop.
I mean,
Oh, that's on them.
Man, Michael Jackson used to come out there and just stand
Right,
there. Motherfucker be falling out. That
men
motherfucker-
falling
That
out.
motherfucker ain't even perform yet. Motherfucker
Right.
just looking at motherfucker
Right.
passing out. Motherfucker,
That
camera
man-
go to him.
he ain't
Camera go to her. Camera go to him. Man, about Sam motherfucker, he ain't even
He
started
ain't
the
wait,
first
he ain't
song
made one
yet.
move. He ain't whipped his leg or nothing. He
He
ain't
just
moved,
came,
walked or
walked
nothing.
out. He probably came up out the goddamn floor and just stood there like that.
It ain't even got to be on stage. Michael Jackson just be got there getting out the limo, nigga, and they passing out.
I mean, no, I put it like
I
this.
don't know.
I put it like this, man. This is a subjective with that, bro. Like, I feel like, yeah, he probably, I don't know, bro, because I'm hearing all this about only person that could have stopped the show was a director and like the venue, the people who run the venue or whatever. But it's like,
I agree with that.
like, man, you gotta understand, bro. It's 50,000 people.
Right, you can't see everybody.
And no,
50,000?
one thing is, bro, I've never been to a concert, but I done seen video clips of a lot of these. Like, these not even street. This is not a trap rapper.
No.
This is not a trap crowd. This is like this is literally 50,000 people, 50,000 person mosh pit.
Yeah.
Because Travis Scott doesn't do, his crowds ain't like, you go to them crowds, you know it's going to be some elbow slinging.
Yeah, right.
Like even like with Playboy Cardi, you know, they kind of, after that happened, you know, he had his concert and they kind of came out and was like, no moshing, we don't need none of that, because we'll shut this shit down. Because they know at the end of the day, shit like that happened, man, that can never happen again. But then look, you remember that shit. You remember that shit in Vegas? It's not the same. I can't even. Nah, that ain't the same. But remember that concert in Vegas, like a country concert, and dude was up in one of them hotel rooms and he was sniping them people out there. It just like, it's like, yeah, bro, I forget, it was a couple years ago, but it was like, damn, it's fucked up. You can say it's his fault for having all them people out there. And I don't know. That's just like with Travis. I don't know. I mean, you got to put that same. If you're gonna say that man Travis was on some satanic shit, trying to sacrifice, I guess publicly sacrifice people. Yeah. Because I seen some shit where like they were talking about. Like the two, look, this is what they saying.
Yeah.
The two kids on this album cover, right? There's like the two kids, and it's two kids that I don't want to laugh, bro, because it's not a, it's not
man,
a
I
funny.
think you're going too deep with that. Man.
Nah, I feel you
Blowing
though.
that
Cause
shit, bullshit.
I don't either, but
I
bro,
don't
that's
want that on here like that.
but you get what I'm saying, bro. It's
nuts,
like,
man.
it's a lot.
It's gotta be. Why it's always gotta be that, right?
but that's what I'm saying though. If you want to bring it up, bro, that's the context of what everybody's saying now. It's not even about like there's nobody talking about why
Go
the
ahead,
kids.
go ahead. You probably done looked into it.
I ain't looked into it either. I'm just saying you don't all these headlines. I don't care if it's TMZ, Complex, any of them. They're not talking about why. Why is there a 9-year-old at a Travis Scott concert, knowing that people know that it was gonna be basically a mosh pit. Like, you know, them dudes, like, if you look at the
why would you
videos
send your child
before the concert,
to that concert?
they running over barricades. Like,
Feel me?
they running. You just seen the video where they were running
So
over barricades.
Who am I supposed to blame? I can't. Me personally,
But that's
just
the thing. That's
common sense. I
but-
can't look at Travis Scott
in
and
media,
blame Travis Scott.
they're not talking about that.
Right?
Only thing I say, I'm not even trying to get on Instagram no more. Follow for the next week because every other they talk about lawsuits.
Yeah.
They're bringing up
That's
more and
crazy
more
to me.
people
I
that's
mean-
hurt. They talking about. I just seen something like the Kardashians erased all the scenes with him in it for the next season of the Kardashian show. Like,
I see.
you know, he done got dropped from the
I
little.
can't help but blame the stadium directors,
Definitely.
the ticket sellers, and the parents. That's
Sure. How you supposed to stop 50,000 from
you
being
can't,
like?
man.
But I mean,
Yeah,
like
right.
I say the only thing I say, man, if that man knew, but they say he didn't even know. They said something about it.
How would he?
They say he went to Dave and Buster's right after.
Yeah, him and Drake.
I
had
Him
a
and
little
Drake had a
party.
and they was like they still didn't know about it till the next day. They said they were calling them people Smurfs or something. I mean, it's just so much coming out. It's like
I remember going to.
all I know is
I
that
remember
man's
going
career
to-
ain't gonna never be the
It
same.
wasn't a bum rush or a mosh, but I do remember going to I remember going to Freaknik one year.
Man, that's freak nigga, grown man. You get hurt out there, that's on you.
But it was kids out there.
On that.
No, I'm talking about. See, you ain't let me finish. It was a certain area where they were having
Like concerts.
concerts, and it was more of a relaxed
Oh,
area. And I'm swear, bro, like it was I don't even remember what street we was on. Like I said, I was young. I was with my cousin, but it was a street, wide street. That's something packed with people. One side of the street to the other, bro. You couldn't even see the street. That's how many people was out there.
Word.
And nothing went wrong. So how would Travis Scott know that something's gonna go wrong just because there's a lot of people?
Man, people get hurt at his concerts. I don't
Yeah,
think
they do.
nobody ever died. But people get hurt at them concerts. 'Cause like I say, man, them dudes be like
The mosh pit.
they mosh like that. I'm like not like you think like a mosh pit as far as just no. I'm talking about real deal rock and roll, rock star.
I'm gonna say this,
heavy metal.
and I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Unless the mosh pit was in on it.
Hey, you know, man, I used to watch CSI. I think I see the video
You feel me?
SVU.
It could have been playing.
Unless they was in on it. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. That's the only way I can see.
The way my mind works, I feel like it's just another agenda for all this stuff. Like, but then it could just be an accident, like you said. Like, how would he?
Man,
know
I'm gonna
about
tell you,
all
man,
this?
that's the wrong rapper though
I
to do
appreciate
that
you
with.
coming,
If
man.
it is,
I
man,
appreciate you, man. You did your thing.
hey, look, if that is an agenda, man, they could have used a worse rapper, man. Cause there's some shit I like of Travis Scott's, man.
Word.
Hey,
I like
man.
his Jordans too.
You're
Appreciate
you know.
y'all tuning in. We still got the Black Pearl Productions, the Black Boom Apparel, of course, right over here to you. I don't know, left or right. You know what I'm saying? Still got the paints going on, the bodegas in the building, Rich Cuts, baby. You know what I'm saying? Mike Mees, check him out. Got some new music coming through, and of course, Cam, you still doing the broadcasting thing, right?
Yeah, I'm still doing
Alright,
it.
you know what I'm saying? Radio
Yeah.
personality, future radio
Future.
personality, man. Y'all check him out. Peace, y'all.